Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. I'm Brett Chapin. That's our guest, author Anna Leffler. If you have any questions for Anna, now that she is firmly centered in the middle of the camera, make sure you give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. That's 1-800-336-2225. And this is a little bit of Anna Leffler's stand-up comedy from the Hollywood Improv.
This. You buy a soundtrack to a movie, you know, a CD, and when you play it in your car, you're in the movie. Like something magical happens when you're in your car, and anything can happen if you're listening to the right music. You know, it's like, you know you can't blow up the Death Star when you're sitting in your cubicle at work, but when you're sitting in your 2002 Camry, totally possible. So last week I bought the soundtrack to Goldfinger, right? Classic James Bond. I go down to get in my car, I pop in the CD, and I go back and down my driveway. And you know, here comes the theme song, right? Goldfinger! He's the man with the Midas. And then I see our mailman. And I've never noticed this before, but he looks exactly like Oddjob. You know, the guy with the steel hat that he's always whipping at people? And I'm thinking, no wonder I never get my magazines. So then I floor it down the street in my bitchin' minivan, I mean Aston Martin. And I realize they're on my tail. So I'm firing missiles at them, I'm dropping oil slicks. I go screaming around the corner, smoking my tires, slam into the curb, door flies open, two people jump out onto the sidewalk, and they look at me, and I say, "You guys have a great day at school, okay? And don't forget your lunchbox." I grew up in Texas, and when I was in junior high, I got a CB radio. And this was a big deal because you remember junior high, you know, it just sucked. You'd have those days when nothing went right. Nobody wanted to be your square dance partner, you know. And those were the days when I would go home and hop on my CB and I would talk to truckers. Well, first I had to have a handle, you know, a CB name. So, being in 7th grade, I picked the name of my favorite candy at the time, Tart and Tiny. And, you know, apparently a lot of long-haul truckers like that candy too. Go figure. So I'd get home from school and I'd fire up the old CB. Breaker, this is Tart and Tiny at the home 20 looking for a good buddy with ears on. Come on back. And I gotta tell you, truckers get a bum rap because they are about the friendliest people you will ever talk to. Yeah, so much easier to talk to than those junior high boys. I think it's because they take a personal interest. You know, asking me what I'm wearing, what the name of my street is, if I have a little sister, you know, it's sweet. But I'm out here in Southern California now, which means, obviously, I've gotten my scrimmage marriage out of the way. I didn't really want to have a practice marriage, but the law is the law. But we both came out of it all right, and most importantly, we're now both with the men we were meant to be with. Thank you. I'm a mom now. I live over in Santa Monica with my little family, and it's pretty cool. I don't quite fit in, and I think it's more than just the fact that I've got the only gun rack in the carpool lane. I think it has to do with the fact that I don't have a tattoo. You know, you remember when tattoos were a little edgy, a little dangerous? It's not really that way anymore. You know, a lot of regular old moms have tattoos. Now, granted, they're not the typical tattoos you would see on your average Hell's Angel, you know. Okay, that's my maiden name in Sanskrit. And then the little fairy symbolizes my daughter Zephyr. And then the rainbow stands for the fact that life should be fun. Another thing about the West Side moms, a lot of them have crews that come in and clean their houses, but not me. I don't need that. Because that's what play dates are for. Henry, why don't you show your little friend where we keep the Windex, okay? And remember, streaks are what bad dreams are made of. Every now and then I get a complaint about one of my play dates, you know, but I got a call last week from a mom, and I straightened her out. I was like, listen here, Gwendolyn. Okay, first of all, Red Bull does too count as a snack. And by the way, your gifted kid does not know his way around a vacuum cleaner. So have you guys seen this movie, The Secret? Everybody's talking about it. I watched it. I thought it was pretty cool. You know, it's this movie that teaches you how to improve your life by asking the universe for what you want. So one of the things you're supposed to do is write yourself a check from the universe for the amount of money that you want, and then the universe will make it happen. So I watched the movie. I'm like, I can write a check. I'll try this. So I wrote a check to myself from the universe, and I taped it up on my bathroom mirror. And I learned a lot from this. I learned mainly that if you're going to tape the check up where your husband can also see it, it should not be in the exact amount of his life insurance policy. And you definitely should not write the policy number on the check with a red Sharpie. Have you guys noticed that the angriest people in Starbucks are the ones carrying yoga mats? Yeah, yoga's supposed to bring inner peace and serenity. These people are bitter. You know, at first I thought they were just crabby from carrying around a big piece of rubber that smells like feet. But I think there's something else going on. I think there's a trendy new form of yoga out there. A fake yoga, a faux yoga, or as I call it, foga. And I don't think the foga people are looking for serenity, but they do seem to be getting in touch with their middle finger chakra. I overheard a woman in the coffee line the other day bragging about how she cheated her nanny out of her vacation pay. I look over and sure enough, there she is in her little stretchy capri pants, a little purple mat rolled up under her arm, and a tattoo across her shoulders that read, Namaste. Which apparently means that God in me flips off the employee in you. I'm Anna Leffler. Thank you so much.
Oh, all right. That's our theme music. We took up all the time with the stand-up comedy, but we're going to be back with Anna Leffler to actually talk to her live and in person, not just on YouTube. At 1-800-336-2225. That's 1-800-336-2225. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is the Chictionary. This is the book that she wrote, and this is the book that you should buy at annaleffler.com. ANNALEFLER. She's giving away free copies to the first two callers, or the first three callers, actually. So make sure you give us a call at 800-336-2225. We'll be back on La La Land with Brett and Anna today on CRN Digital Talk.
How old is the roof on your home? If it's over 15 years old, how much longer will it last before